Hello. Hello, everybody. Good evening. So we're going to do something that's not going to be disruptive at all. We're going to transfer all of you to the Chapel of the Resurrection where we have a little more space, if that's okay. No? Takers? Only one. Okay. All right. Hey, on behalf of the Valparaiso International Center, the VIC, I'm Dwayne Davison. Welcome to our fourth Friday event on Iran. And we're happy that you're here, especially some new faces tonight. Welcome. If it's your first time and you're interested after you hear this presentation, invite you to sign up on our email list, which will be over by the food. Yes, free food. Can you believe it? So the food will be after the presentation. We'll kind of wrap everything up here formally, put some chairs out, and you're invited to socialize, dance if you like. Pedram, you'll be singing for the crowd. Thank you. Okay. And so, yeah, if you want to be part of our email list, please sign up. We are also on the web with valpovic.org. We have a social media presence, and the email list is kind of a primary form of communication. So if you are on the email list, you got an invite to our call-out volunteer World Cultural Festival Volunteer Planning Committee. So we've had one meeting, but don't fret, there'll be many more. If you like, plan second Wednesday of the month at 7 o'clock here in the lower level. Usually we meet in the library, this same level here. And if you sign up, you'll get an invite to that. We need help for our World Cultural Festival. We're all volunteer, 501c3 nonprofit, and we need everyone's help. So we've been doing this 17 years, but it's a lot of work to put on, in an all volunteer capacity. So if you have any ideas for music acts, for booths, for restaurants, all those things, that's your time. Greg. Sorry? When is it? We are getting to that. Yes. When is it, you say? Sunday, September 20th at Central Park Plaza. If you go on our website, valpovic.org, you'll see videos and pictures from previous year's festivals. You'll see lots of colorful outfits, beautiful aromas, smells, and lots of culture that you can't find anywhere outside of New York City, I bet. So World Cultural Festival, Sunday, September 20th, all day long. So we need your help. Let's see. I see a couple of Special Olympians in the crowd, which is awesome. And the reason why that is, perhaps, is because Pedram, who's going to be speaking tonight, is the owner of Fit Train. And that's a local fitness studio across from Valparaiso University. And he donates his space to the powerlifting team. First year for powerlifting. Wow, okay. They will be doing a demonstration of dead weight Pedram up like this as a sample to see how their progress has been. Let's see, who's here from powerlifting? Okay, awesome. Another one here. A car first or Pedram first? Okay. Pedram in the car. I like it. That's for advanced. This is our first year doing that. So, but Special Olympics is an organization I'm heavily involved in as well, and really enjoy being a part of that. And it's great to have some of the powerlifting team here tonight. And I wonder if there are any of Pedram's personal fitness training victims. Are they here? Oh, okay, nice. That's awesome. Okay. So, yeah, I was in today's Friday, last night in the gym, and we've realized that the security camera was on, and You know how the what's that exercycle that gets on you for slowing down? Do you know what I'm talking about? No, not Pedram. No, it was, they had a lawsuit against them, but it's a video feedback. You're biking and like a drill sergeant's on you to go faster and all that. So that was him through the security camera. I'm like doing my thing on the exercycle. Dwayne, no brakes, go faster, and he's not even there. It's crazy. So I can't imagine in person what he's like. That's right, in person? Oh my gosh. So anyway, for new folks in the audience, question and answers we generally hold to the end, so you'll have plenty of time at the end. I'll moderate it with the microphone so everyone can hear the questions and the answers. And also that's because we have this on video. So in a couple of days, we'll get that up on our website. You can view this, send it to family and friends. And our thanks for that goes to Jerry Kars and Kevin Hagan back there. Kevin Hagan is on our board. And if you've heard that name, this is only one of 37 community groups he's involved with, but he's been on our board for like 15 years. He's president of Kiwanis Club. He's running for Center Township trustee. You can see him after if you want to ask what he's all about. He's involved in a lot of things, and he was a Peace Corps volunteer, so his service to the community continues with the VIC here, and we appreciate Jerry and Kevin. And so, yeah, you'll have plenty of time to eat, socialize, listen to music, talk to Pedram at the end, but question and answers at the end. So, Pedram Etabari, known him for quite a few years, and I have not had personal one-on-one training with him, probably as you can see. He looked at me and said, we could do a lot of work here. But anyway, he owns a fitness studio, Fit Train, came to the United States and attended Valparaiso University. And he's kind of part of the American dream, went to the university. He graduated. He's got a fiancée, Samantha, who's here. His mother, Zudi, is here. She's just come from Iran very recently with a visa. And so welcome to Zudi. Yes. So part of that American dream is opening up a business and living in the city of Valparaiso, being a productive member. And it looks like some of his fitness colleagues are here to support him, and we appreciate that. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to learn a lot about Iran and maybe even the pronunciation of the country. But please welcome Pedram Etabari.
Thank you all so much for coming on Friday evening. I really appreciate it. So, and let's learn a couple of stuff together. So let's just start with the name. It's Iran and it's not Iran. If anybody sometimes tell me Iran and it says you ran to who? So it's Iran. So I put the picture of like a country before the revolution. So we have a different flag now that's it's like it's the same color. It has the green, white, and the red, but the lion that you see is no longer in it, so they put the Islamic sign in it. So if you would look at like the invitation, it has the current flag picture on it. So and the current name is the Islamic Republic of Iran, but that's the main part. So let's get us started. So next slide, yeah. So the official name currently is Islamic Republic of Iran, as it is Islamic country. The capital is Tehran, which is on the north side of the country by the Alborz mountain. Around 9 million population, around 90 million overall population of the country is like 17th largest country in the world based on the square footage. we are the 18th largest country. So the language is Persian or Farsi. We speak Farsi. And we use Iranian rial, which is a little bit different. We have another rial. Saudi Arabia also use rial as well, but the Iranian rial right now has one of the lowest value in the world. So where is exactly Iran? So like hopefully if you watch the news, so it's in the Middle East, so you all should know by now if you didn't know. If you go to the next slide, so right there in Iran, and like you're gonna see we have a lot of neighbors, the neighbors that like, I'm not trying to be like mean, all these neighbors that we see around Iran, they used to be the province of like our Iran, our Persia. So, and if you can go to the next one, so Iran, or we call the Persian cat. You heard of a Persian cat, that's right. So if you look at the design of the country, the way it looked like a cat. These are supposed to be the ear on top, and it looked like the cat. That's what we have Persian cat, which is one of those like luxury animal to have. So as you see, the Tehran is on top, and you see a surrounding country. So we have neighbors all around. On north, we have Armenia and Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan, it was like one of the last countries that separated from Iran, that they have like 200 years history now. So we have on one side, we have Turkey, Iraq, Kuwait, and in the bottom, we have all these teeny tiny Persian Gulf countries like Qatar, Bahrain, the little tiny island. And on the east, we have, on the west, we have like a Pakistan on the bottom, Afghanistan, and the beautiful country of Turkmenistan on top. So, and of course, we have the Caspian Sea on top, and Persian Gulf. And it's not the Arab Gulf, that's the Persian Gulf on the bottom. So, let's go to the next one. So, and this is, if you learn one thing today, this is the most important thing. So, Iran is unbelievably beautiful, but this is spot, this is it. This is where it all comes to. So that's where I'm from, actually, so Kerman. And it's one of the oldest city, actually, in Iran. We are very close to the desert, and right now, actually, that's where majority, like almost 98% of my family live in the city of Kerman. So we have a lot of big city, and from Isfahan, which is right in the center, Tehran on top, Mashhad to the east of us, and Tabriz, where they speak like Turkish, all the way to the top east. And we have people from southern part of us over here that there's some other big city at the bottom. So let's talk about our history. If I was gonna go just through the history, like a Persian history, that's like a 6-7 hours presentation. So I'll try to go as much as I can, as fast as I can to go through it. Hopefully not keeping it too boring. So Persia and Iran, and a lot of people like me that if you ask me, hey, where are you from? I said I'm Persian nowadays. I don't want to be referred to as Iranian. So when we were Persia, we have like one ethnic group. So, and that was it. So, and it was a big, big empire. And we have all the current countries like I just mentioned, like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey. These are used to be a province. Armenia, none of these countries, they did not exist. They were Persian Empire, part of the Persian Empire. So that's what built that huge empire. That's what makes you to be like, to have that pride. So now the Persian part of it that very, very people want to be like proud of, and that, including myself, say I'm Persian instead of Iranian. Being a decent human being, being about a fair human being, and like one of the first human rights that been ever written is like, which we're gonna go through it by, is the Great Cyrus. So from like 3,000 years ago, about the human right. So that's who we are. So, and now you're gonna come on the other part of this, which is like, we have Iran. We have a multi-ethnicity nation, which is gonna create a lot of like internal conflict. A lot of people that currently like you ask them, say, hey, what do you prefer to refer to as a Persian or Iranian? If somebody say, oh, I'm Iranian, these are still, majority of them are the people that they are in the support of the government, which is there's a good amount of them. There is a very, very good amount of them right now. So, and is less preferred because of, like, again, political bargaining. So a lot of people who know a little bit about, like, history, they understand what the difference is. So you don't even have to explain it, truthfully. So I didn't go that far back. I started from, like, a Achaemenid Empire, which was 505 BC. Then we come a little bit forward. So we have the Parthian Empire. Then we have the Sasanian. So you don't have to know any of those. But the Iran that people know, so we have the Islamic conquer happen, like, around the 7th century. That's where the Arab, like, took over the Persian Empire. And one of the first, like, Persian crew or dynasty that we had Safavid, or Safavid, as English pronunciation would say it. And during every part of this Islamic, like, dynasty, Iran becomes smaller and smaller to become to the current country that we see. So after Safavid dynasty, we have a Qajar dynasty, and after that we have the Pahlavi. So if you're a little bit older, so you probably remember the Pahlavi dynasty, which they lasted till 1979, and after that we have the Islamic Revolution, and then the current government, the current regime come to the work pretty much for us. So that is a little bit the back history to it. So now, if you're going to break it down from, like, the Achaemenid, so we have the first or the biggest Persian empire that we had, founded by the great Cyrus. So Cyrus in Persian means Kurush. That's the name. A lot of people, they use that name. So the name of Cyrus to name their kid just specifically from that background. So we have the first Declaration of Human Rights. So it's called, like, a Cyrus Cylinder, so which is actually here in the United States, he's here in New York. And this is what the entire foundation is about. To have people have a freedom of religion, people have a freedom of choice from 3,000 years ago. So just put that in perspective. We're talking about now 10 years ago, 20 years ago, from 3,000 years ago. We had one of the largest empire at the time, which lasted from India to Greece. So Greece is in Europe, India is in Central Asia. So it's a huge, huge space. As you can read them, like I do, we have advanced infrastructure and governance. We have royal road connected that entire empire together. So, and the Persepolis was the capital. Persepolis is located in the city of Shiraz, which is in current Iran. And that used to be, like, one of the capital. So that would be mostly for ceremonial, like a New Year. Like the New Year is like March 21st, 20th, 21st. I usually say 21st because that's where my Shari are born. So I don't say 20th. So March 21st is a Persian New Year. That's one of the main areas that they would celebrate as one of their kingdoms. So, and the Persepolis, it's God is God created, is God the structure, the foundation of it, and a lot of other part of the Achaemenid, in fact, God created by the first Darius. So, and then eventually that's where the great Cyrus took over as far as that. And the Persepolis got actually destroyed. There's a little bit of it left, but it got destroyed by the Alexander the Great in 330 BC. So there is, if we go to the next slide, so you see the picture on the left, which is amazing, honestly. And the current government absolutely do not keep up with anything, protection of any of this historical, like, monument that we have in Iran, honestly. But it's still, you see it, like, this is a recent picture. And still there, still standing strong. And the picture on the right is, they call it Cyrus Cylinder. So that's everything about equality and right is coming from. So now, if we want to break down each part of those divisions, like we say, okay, we have Partani, so which is they rivaled Rome and they dominated them. If you follow any sport, like it would be the Packers that they destroyed us for the last 8 years until we eventually took over. But so that's what happened. So they were rival with Rome for 400 years, and any battle, anything that they had, they dominated them for longest time because they have one of the best army. And from that, they went to the we come into the Sasani, which was the last pre-Islamic Persian empire, and the lack of like the kingdom, the lack of control, it cost them it cost them a huge change, and which we see it today. So that was the golden age of a culture. So that we have a Zoroastrian, I can't even say it honestly. It calls Zoroastrian. So state of religion. So what does that mean? So if you ask again the Persian people, when we're gonna break it down about the religion, Zoroastrian, it was the only religion. That was it. That's it. So, and there was no other religion. There was nothing else. This is it. They were Zoroastrian, and it was based on the 3 pillar, the Zoroastrian religion. It called Pendaranik, Goftaranik, Kerdaranik. So, which Pendaranik is like, just think a good thing before you're about to do it. Goftar means talking. Just make sure you're talking good. And Kerdar means act good. That's the 3 pillar of that religion. And they're barely, I would be amazed if there are any like people that they are Zoroastrian still, maybe less than 1% still today in Iran. So they all have left. I grew up with a lot of them. They were amazing people. But they don't get treated good anymore, honestly, at all in the country. So the country fall to the Arab Islamic conquest. So then we have the Islamic conquest. So the Arab come and take over the Persia. That's the Islamic Persian. That's where the Islamic portion of like this revolution gonna start. So the Zoroastrian gonna break down as this Islamic conquest starts. So because they were trying to push the Islam, the new religion, into the country, to the base, and the only thing that which we are very proud that is to stand with it. It was our language and our identity. So then we have Safaviya. Safaviya, so they are the one that created this Shia and Sunni foundation. So the Islam, it was just like a Sunni base. So Safaviya came and they just said, oh, they want to create it like their own thing. They created a Shia. So now we have a Sunni and Shia, which is the 2 main thing, and we have a lot more of those as well. So now to this day, like around over 90-95% of Iran is Shia. So, and that's what the modern Iran been actually known as, like Islamic Republic of Iran is Shia. And that's a lot of the problem that you see is happening in the Middle East is a lot of it would be related to this factor of Shia or Sunni. Like Iranian or Shia, like Iraq, majority of the country is Shia. Like in Bahrain, like the government being run by Sunni, then you have Houthis that they are Shia get supported a lot from the Shia community to eventually take over and Bahrain, and that will happen to take over of the country and Bahrain become Shia. So then after Safaviya we have Qajar. So the Qajar, or I don't know how they say it honestly here, so it probably have a different pronunciation. I'm just saying it Persian. I'm sure it pronounced differently than the way I'm saying it. So that's just a period of decline and foreign control. So lost more territory in Qajar. That was the Azerbaijan was the last one. We lost to Russia. We lost to the Great Britain, and we have the constitutional revolution in 1906. And then after Qajar, which they didn't last that long, it was Pahlavi. They were very westernized. They were like pretty much like the Americans were running the country at that point. So, and they were U.S. allies with U.S. like unlabeling it, and that's what led us to the Islamic Revolution in 1979. Now let's talk about the land. We're talking about current Iran, current landscape. So we have a very, very diverse landscape. So in the northwest capital Tehran we have Alborz, and then on the east of the country we have Zagros Mountain. On the north of the country we have Caspian Sea. On the bottom we have the Persian Gulf, and we have the Oman, which is attached to it. On the north side of the country we also have another desert, and we have on the bottom we have another desert called, we have Kavir, and we have Kalut on the bottom, two deserts. So climate varies from subpolar to arid. So it just we have 5 season country. So there is all type of weather all around the country at all time. If we go to the next one, like this is a Zagros Mountain, a picture of it, that you see how huge that mountain is. It's going from like almost the north of country to the bottom of the country in the south. And then we're going to go to the next one, please. And then we have the Alborz, which is all the way, like, it's right below the Caspian Sea. So it's going to go from one side to the other side. It's cover the Caspian Sea completely. The Alborz Mountain, and is right below that is the capital located. And on top over there you see the Caspian Sea. That's going to connect us to the Armenia. That's going to connect us to the Russia and all the Eastern European country. And you see the Persian Gulf on the bottom over there, and Gulf of Oman is attached to the Persian Gulf next to it. And we have Kavir. That's the Kavir Desert, so which is in the more on the northern side of the country. And if you go to the next one, this is my favorite one. So this is Dasht Kalut. So this is from where I live, from exactly where I used to live. I don't say I live anymore. So from where I used to live, we drive 2 hours to this place, and there is a spot exactly, and Dasht Kalut is considered to be the second hottest place on the planet Earth. So, and it's amazing. It's really, really amazing. This is one of my absolute favorite things, to just go there and look at the sky and look at the star, and that every part of the world is amazing and is beautiful, but the energy, the feeling, you cannot describe it. Honestly, it's, again, I'm very biased about it because I grew up in the area. So it's one of those things that if, like, we have a desert here in the United States, you gotta go there, you just gotta stay and just look at the stars, at the sky. They will talk to you. So just don't talk to them, then people call you crazy. So if you want to break it down into the 5 different categories, I can't even see, I'm getting old. If you want to break it down to the 5 different categories, so we have mild to humid, which is like, you see that bright green, which is on the north side of the country towards the Alborz. And then we have moderate to dry. Then we have towards Tabriz on the northeast, slightly to the northwest. Then warm wet, which would be, we have a like sporadic, and we have the dry and hot. So, which is majority of the country, that's how it is. But like, if we want to go look at the city of Ahwaz. So, sorry, I got to go in front of this. So, ooh, that was too fast. So, right around this area. So that's where Ahwaz is located, which is in the southeast of the country. So you can see this is 1 year climate change for the city of Ahwaz. Like if you look at like July through like July, August, nothing, absolutely nothing happening over there. We can go to the next one. Major cities. So I already mentioned a couple of the cities. So we talk about the capital of Iran. We can go to the next one. Is Tehran. So it's built on the bottom of the Alborz mountain, and it has over like 8 million population, 36th most populated city, and is also one of the most polluted city, is the top 10 polluted city in the world. So, and ranked number 15 for the worst traffic in the world. So this is something about Iranian culture you gotta know. Like you get your driver license when you turn 18. That's right. And the sign absolutely are there to look pretty. That's what it means. Like, it's the first time that I went home, like I have my driver license, I went home and I had sit behind the wheel. I got to a car accident because the rules are very different, very, very different. We tried to put a video, I don't know if you can, oh, here you go. You see a video like, this is an 18-minute video, please pay attention. My nose up. Oh, yeah, Tehran.
It's not coming. Dwayne.
I think that's pretty good.
Dwayne.
I think we got the. So we have a lot of ladies here, so that who does like plastic surgery? Nobody. Wow, bunch of liars. But okay, here's the thing. So Tehran and Iran, we are the capital of plastic surgery. We are ranked number 1 in plastic surgery, and this is because of that. Honestly, they all have a big nose. Honestly, I'm not. I have 3-4 cousins. They all done plastic surgery to make their noses smaller. So this is a true thing. I'm not making a joke. That's very, very true. They are ranked number 1 for plastic surgery. So, and
Did you have one?
no, mine is perfect. You got the extra out of it. All right. So, Azadi means freedom. Azadi Tower. So that's probably the number 1 reason my parents tried to send me here. So it's because of those words on top. That's supposed to be the representation of the country. That's located in the capital. So, and Azadi Tower. So Azadi freedom. And then we have Melad Park. That's a very, very unbelievable park, and the only reason we put it here, we have a similar park in New York that is just very similar to that. So, Tehran is unbelievably beautiful. It would be amazing, but the priorities are not kept up with it. So, Esfahan. So, they say Esfahan Nesfe Jahan. And like he said there, he said Esfahan is half the world. And it's, as much as I don't like it, because they are from, they're close to my city. So it's unbelievably beautiful. There are multiple mosques located in Esfahan. The architect, they've been built around almost 1,000 years ago, that they cannot still figure it out, that how they have built those mosques. It's unbelievable, amazing. There's, from anything that you can think of that you need to see, you can see in Esfahan. And this is a side note about it. They're people known for being so stingy, honestly. They are very cheap people. So, the opposite of people from my city. So, if you can go to the next one. Honest to God, our people known for being very hospitable, very generous in Kerman. So we have, anytime that we have foreigner in our city, they invite you for tea, which is, when you travel to another country, it's so scary. Why? They invite you for tea. They want to feed you. That's who they are, honestly. And we are one of the oldest Iran city, and. we live in the desert, and we are known for our carpet, like in Kerman and in Tabriz. So the Persian rug that we talk about, everybody want a Persian rug. Just don't take my rug, honestly. So this is, I brought the sample. So, and that's a sample of the Persian rug. So it's majority of those rugs that make him very unique is being made by hand. That's what makes it super unique, very cool, and you're never gonna find the two of them the same shape. Even they're completely exact same design, they won't be the same. And I didn't put my favorite fruit here, so which is mango, but we put pistachio here. And the thing about pistachio is we produce over 50% of pistachio in the world. So I know we're pretty amazing people, and it's just a lot more than people give us credit. Now I want to tell you guys two things. Number one is on top you're gonna see this amazing build out. It's called Arge Bam. This is built from sand, and that was the entire city. That unfortunately in the 2002 we have a very devastating earthquake, and over 65% of this place got destroyed. So we're in 2026. Again, the priorities are not straight. They have made like no progress on that thing to rebuild it and fix it and everything else. Shit. And me and my mom, good. My mom doesn't remember it, so that make it great. So this place, it's supposed to have over 2,500 years old history. And what makes it so unique that again, I wasn't there. I'm just saying what I have learned over the years. So it has been built by camel milk. Every single part of that build out, that's how it's been built. And it's unbelievable. It's very unique, and it hasn't moved an inch, honestly. That camel milk must have been pretty good. So, like I said, we produce Kerman Providence produced 97% of Iran pistachio. Iran produces over 50% of world pistachio. If you put the math together, like I said, Kerman produced over 50% of the world pistachio. Especially people, one in every three of my friends, their family were owning a land that they deal with the pistachio or something like that. So if you just pull, don't do it right now, please. But if you just lay there, pull your phone out, and it's called Persian Garden, and it's in the middle of desert, and you're gonna see the desert like in a Google map, and you see one spot is green. That is the spot, which is unbelievable because we have a mountain located behind that, and so the water coming from the mountain, that's how they were able to keep that, and that's over 1,800 years old garden that used to belong to one of the king back then. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea. It's pretty big. I don't know the square footage of it, so it is pretty big, yes. I should have known the numbers, honestly. So Persian culture, about the family dynamic and everything else. Let's go over those. If you hang around me, I say family is everything. I say this and I really mean it. I say family is everything, and when I say oh, you are part of the family, I genuinely mean it. So family is the center of social life. And what it means, you live very close to your family. You do not ever eat alone. That does not exist. You pick up your food, go, or you don't pick up your food. You just show up at your sister's house. You don't have even to tell them nothing. That's it. you are with the family. I'm showing up to my grandma's house like I would call my cousin and say, hey, I'm going to be at grandma. Come over there for dinner. Or, hey, let's come over there. Let's just watch the game over there. You always with the family. Family is everything. So, and we have this phrase. We say, hey, family might break each other bone, but they're never going to drink each other's blood. Like, you might fight your cousin, your brother, and hit each other and like smack him in the head, but when they need you, you're going to be the first person to show up for them.
The garden is 14 acres.
14 acres. Whoever asked me how many acres it was 14 acres. And we have a huge respect for elders, and that's a huge, huge thing. And I try to follow that as much as I can. We never sit down when our elder walk in. We never keep our legs straight in front of the elder. You don't talk when your elder talking. You got to have a lot of respect for your elder. Like when your family, your mom, dad, whoever, they become older, there is no such a thing as a retire home or anything like that. You go live. They got to go live with your kid. That's the way it is. So, and or your grand even kids. So, not because they can't afford any of those. We believe that, hey, remember who helped you to grow up and take your first step. So just put that in perspective and put it in the reverse. So think about that. And we have a pretty strong parent-child bond. So they might be hot-headed like me, but they still have pretty strong relationship. He said privacy less valued than family closeness. And if these are true conversations that actually happened, that I'm talking and like entire family sitting together, and they legit like the privacy. It doesn't mean nothing in the family. How much did you make today? What did you do? How much did you make this year? Oh, the money part. Everybody needs to know, like in a family, like they will know how much, what do you have, what not do you have, and it's like that's a huge thing. So and the privacy is out of the door. So pretty much. So then moving out before marriage is very unusual, especially for the girls. That's still a thing, honestly. My cousin that they just got married. Two of them, they got married like this past 2 years. They were like 27 and 25. They were still at home. Yeah. The fact that I was here by myself, they would tell me, oh, I'm crazy. I don't know how you do that. I said, yeah, I don't know how I do that either, honestly. So, but it's very different. You are spoiled, especially if you are a boy in a Persian culture. You get to be spoiled as possible. And when you get to be spoiled to that level, you don't want to leave home, because once you get married, that's a different story. So that's not good. So family decision drive by community, opinion, and reputation. So one person action reflect an entire family for generation, and that's really, really stand by. Like if you go and you do something bad that you were not supposed to do, you're representing the entire family. Like you're Etabari. It's crazy because I tell my 7-year-old and 5-year-old, I said, you're Etabari. When you walk out of the house, you're representing all of us. Talk correctly, respect people, and that's where it's coming from. You're representing all of us. So make sure your action bring us the result, not the consequence. So, the sons carry the name, and the daughters carry the honor, pretty much. So, the last name, is very, very similar to here. But we don't, technically, you when you get married, you don't change your last name in your honor. But the sons carry the last name as when I get married, my kids would have my last name. And the honor is coming from the girl. The sons have the freedom, expectation to success professionally. So boys get a lot of free passes. A lot of free passes. And I give myself as an example. I was playing soccer. I did whatever I wanted to do. I didn't eat seafood until the day I moved to the United States. My mom would make seafood. I didn't like it. My dad opened up a account for me at the restaurant that I would just go order food that I wanted to order. Persian boys are unbelievably spoiled. And they get a lot of opportunity more than the girls, truthfully. So because they're out there, they can connect, create a connection. So they have more opportunity to be successful if they want to. Daughters are protected intensely. There is no such thing as, oh my gosh, I saw that girl at the university and I'm dating. No, that doesn't exist. So the idea that you do not have even classes, because this is an Islamic country. You go to the separate kindergarten, is separate for boys and girls, elementary, middle school, high school. The first time that you have classes with the girl is where you're going into college, in university. Even that, you're not supposed to sit next to the girl. So it's just not a thing. And if you like a girl or something, you have to have a real good intention that you're going to marry that girl, that you sending your mom, talk to their mom. That's how you're able to talk to that girl. So nowadays, of course, it's very different. It's a huge difference. So it's a lot more Western. So they have a boyfriend and girlfriend at the age of 15 and 16. So through the social media and everything else that is. So
Face cover of the girls?
what is it?
The girls get their face covered?
No. That's a different country. That's a different country. So that's about it, honestly, as far as that. The mom and dad dynamic. Mothers are everything in Iranian culture. This is it. Especially, it is everywhere. Doesn't matter. So the boys are closer to their mom. The girls are closer to their dad. That's everywhere. But if I wanted to get something, I just had to tell my mom. I turned 18. I want the car. My dad said, "No way, you're crazy." And I said, "Okay." I just have to go through my mom several different times, and I had the car 2 weeks later. This is it. So, and mother right is sacred, and that's a huge thing for me. I take that with very personal. I joke with a lot of people. I talk with a lot of people, but I always say, if you get upset at me or anything, if you say something bad about my mom, I will honestly, I don't think we would be able to talk ever again. That would be it. That's it. We are not gonna be able to look eye to eye. That's it. And there is this huge thing. When we talk to somebody or this, that, I said, my mom said. If I say my mom said, that this is the end of the conversation. That's it. That's wrap it up. That my mom said. That means I am absolutely not going to change my mind. Sky is blue. This is it. My mom said, I'm not going to change my mind. It's 100% firm. And at the other end of it, so it's very male-oriented country, Iran. So father is primary identity, provider. So, and then we have the father is the law. That's huge. Yes. What's my dad said? It goes pretty much. That's about it. I don't need to look for a law. Honestly, he's the law. So his approval matter the most. His blessings matter the most. If I wanna marry a girl, if my dad say no, that's no. This is it. So that's the end of it. No, that doesn't work that way. No, you can use mom for some spot. No, that doesn't work. It depends on the level. It depends on the level. this is again, this is something that I learned, and like Iranian father, Iranian men, that they don't show emotion at all. Like I don't think there is no crying. Crying is show that you're weak. So, and you don't want to be weak. And I've been here 13 years, and I don't think anybody ever see me cry, honestly. And even the day that like even my dad passed away, I was here. I cried. I cried in the private, but it's just something that just stick with you, and you have a hard time breaking that habit. There's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing like being emotional, but it just that part of you. You always have it in the back of your head, to just always fighting with it to figure it out. And then respect. Respect is everything. Your dad walking, you stand up. Like when your dad sit, don't keep your legs straight. So in front of your dad. Your dad is talking, don't interrupt your dad. You know, the basic stuff. So respect is very, very huge. Now, this is the fun part. So we are at the end of it. We only have 45 more minutes. Stick with me. Stick with me, people. Stick with me. Here you go. We have social gatherings. So we call it Mehmuni. We call parties gatherings. So we throw party for everything. We love to dance. We like to drink. We love to eat. And we make the best food possibly ever. And anybody, any nationality tell you otherwise, they haven't had Persian food. They have no idea what they're talking about. So we love to be around music. So a lot of different music instruments that today people play from here. These are all came from Persian instrument. So just a quick review, we have 5,000 years history that a lot of the instrument and everything else that created, that been evolved today that we're using, these came from Persia. So that's just who we are. That just make us super happy. All the parties, we get together. Parties usually start around 9, 10 p.m., go to 3, 4 a.m. So you go until you cannot stand on your feet. Your feet are gonna go numb. That's very safe. I think this is it. I gotta go. So you also, the neighbors. This is the important part. You always gotta invite the neighbors. They always need to be invited because they're gonna call the cops. They're the first one that call the cops. You gotta invite them. You gotta invite the neighbors. So, and it just our life is revolved around gathering. Persian, they love to be around people. We love to be around our family, friend. Just be happy. Spread. So, we call it sofra. So, meal traditionally eaten on the couch. So, on the cloth that we put it on the ground. We love to sit on the ground and eat. You see, like your feet get crisscrossed, just like this. I don't know if I can put this. So you're gonna sit crisscross, just like that, to eat. So, and so people have a table. People have a dinner table. It's just what they prefer, and it's actually they've been doing that. Like I remember. We have a dinner table, and anytime my grandpa was there, we never ever sit on the dinner table to eat. He would say, hey, just go get the cloth, let's put it down here and eat on the ground. What's wrong with the floor? And which makes sense. Like it just feels unbelievably good. We just share community dishes. Like your neighbor call you, say, hey, let's come over there for dish. Whatever you have for dinner, bring him over there. Like you might invite couple other neighbors too. That's eat together. The community is everything. So it just showed the equality. It just showed like what's happening. Like you hear like one of the neighbors went through a tough time. They don't even have the guy lost his job. You don't want them to invite them and say, oh, well, we got you like for dinner. We invite 2, 3 other neighbors, invite them. That day is not be pointed out that they're going through a rough time. So, and when you go to the house, so we don't have a lot of Persian carpet here. So I still ask everybody when you come to my house, take your shoes off. That's right, Jill? Yes. So, okay. So whenever you come to the house, you're just going to take your shoes off. So that's very important because number one, we don't know where your shoes been and we don't need to know. And number two, it's just a sign of respect. Oh my gosh. So the unwritten rules of Iranian gathering. Never show up empty-handed. Like, you always try to bring something. Doesn't matter what is it in that bowl, in that dish, bring something all the time. And also, whatever you bring, when you leave, you're always gonna bring something back with you. There is never you're gonna like bring your dish back. So you're gonna have like extra stuff or something extra. So if I invite you to a party, not here, like now I'm like dual citizen. I'm like more American than Iranian, I feel like it. If I invite you to a party, it start at 8 p.m., you're showing up around 9:30, 10. If you show up at 8, well, nobody's there but you. That just, the time that you get invited means nothing to anybody. I don't know why. I have no idea. So, that's just not good. So, Iranian time is the real, and everyone expect it. So, tea is huge. You have tea before the dinner. You have tea after the dinner. My mother makes tea as early as she get up, like 6, 7 a.m. I come home like as soon as I'm done with my break, there is tea. I come home at night at 7 p.m. There is tea. There is always the tea, and there is only one kind of tea. Is the black Persian tea. That is like a black tea. And we don't have decaf. We don't have any of those fancy kind. So now, this is a dance. We have over dozens of dances. This is from south side of Iran. I want to show you guys this. So let's just play this. Maybe like this is a 6-minute dance. Let's maybe watch like 20 seconds of it would be great. I do the rest of it myself. Three drinks. That's it. Pretty good. I'm gonna go through them as fast as I can, honestly. Can't go any faster. Persian New Year is March 21st. Oh gosh. There is other thing called Tarov. If you hang out with a Persian like me, they're gonna ask you multiple times. If they're like, hey, me and Adam gonna go to dinner. I said, hey, I'll pay for it. Then he said no. And I said, no, I pay for it. He said, no, I got it. I invited you. If I stay at more than 3 times, I really mean it. Like, so, that just a heads up. So, that's me Tarov. Like, it's just a huge thing. My mom does that a lot. I said, Mom, they're American. Like, if they said no, they really mean it. They don't want it. So, we can go to the next one. We're almost there. Here you go. Persian New Year, March 21st is Persian New Year. So, which was the last Saturday. And it's over 3,000 years old tradition. It's the biggest celebration of the year. So our country get closed for 2 weeks. And it's huge. I love it. So you go to see other people. They're going to come see you. And on the day 13 of the New Year, we call it Sizdah. Sizdah is the bad luck. You got to go and celebrate outside of your house because you want to leave the bad thing, bad luck away from your house, away from your family. And you're celebrating it still. So, and you're hoping the good thing come with you as you're going back to your household. So, we can go to the next one. Like I mentioned, so the older people try to give a crisp money, like fresh money that is pretty crisp, to the younger one. So, and like I mentioned about the Sizdah days after the visiting everybody, we have that Sizdah, and that's pretty much it, honestly. We went over this one. We have this table that we put it on a New Year. We call it Haft. Haft means 7. That's That's one of the many reasons I wore number 7 the years I played soccer. So one of the many reasons, because it's a holy number. And we have sabza, which is like, you can read them honestly. So with the sprout, semenu, we have sweet pudding, sanjal, dried oyster. We have seer, which is a garlic, sib, which is apple, and sumac, which is sumac, and we have sterke, which is vinegar. So each of them have a different representation, different meaning. So that we put it in our table, as you can see in the picture. So we have other things like, we have mirror, we have like a poetry book, we have a coin, which is, you want to represent your wealth, bring you money. So we have egg. So more nutrition and food come to your life, and other things to be added to the table. So all right, these are a couple of quick food. So we have kebab, so that you can see you can see them on top. So we have a ground beef, which is one kind of kebab, and we have like a steak that the same way that we have a steak here. We just put it on a skewer. We call it bag. So which is it's so good. You see on top of the rice, if you see that yellow thing that we add the saffron on top of the rice to add more flavor. We have a lot of like turmeric add to a lot of our foods, and not only this food that you see in the picture. So we have some yogurt-based dishes that my mom made some brought over here. So, and we have every single flavor that added to our foods, honestly, from sweet to sour to savory. So you can go to the next one. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, honestly, to give you guys the picture of everything. This is tadig. So this is the bottom of the pot. So it tastes unbelievably good. A lot of people throw those out, but we eat them because it tastes so good. And it's the crispy rice at the bottom of the pot. So it should be golden color, it should be crunchy, and you add it with your other food. So there's a lot of fight over those, honestly. And if you are a boy, you are an older boy, you'll get those. We have, like I mentioned, we have a variety of kebab. Kebab is huge. Like you go out, you order food. Like, here they ask you like how you like it to cook. So over there, you just make sure that it's cooked. That's it. We have one kind, cooked. There is nothing, it cooked well done. That's it. You want it to be 100% cooked. That's the most important element. So we have ground beef, we have bag, when you see the chicken version of it, and everything going to be usually marinated anywhere from 12 hours to 24 hours before you grill them. So because it needs to be like you want the marination to go to the roots of the meat. Korbi sabzi, this is like, I would say this is the most popular meal in Iran. Everybody loves that, and it is so good. It is so good. My fiance does not like that, so that's okay. That's okay. So it's considered to be like national dish in a country, honestly, and it has a lot of multiple herbs in it, and it's so good. And it takes a long time to prepare that, actually. We have some dessert, so we're just gonna skip that one. We'll send that one out. Tea. And we talk about tea. That's so important. So anywhere we go, anywhere we sit down and stand up, you go even to talk to anybody. Tea. You go to the bank to get a loan, they have tea for you. Tea is very important. Like, you want to get a deal done, tea is talking. You never go anywhere without tea. Persian rug. So there is a lot of them, and the biggest thing about Persian rug is that, like, the idea, the whole thing is that in the rural area, the women used to make those rug, and especially like there was a time that when the pregnant woman during the 9 months of pregnancy, this is actually my favorite rug, and these are mine, yes. Yes, these are mine, for sure, yeah. These are take sometimes months to years to make them, honestly, so it's very hard, and there's a lot that go into it. it's just amazing. Like, if I wish I didn't put it because I knew it would take a lot of time to watch a lot of things, go over, to see everything. But if you just go home, just YouTube it, honestly, it's absolutely amazing, because those are handmade. That's why they have a value. That's why they have a meaning. So, and every one of them, they have a story behind of them. We can skip that one for right now. I promise we are in the last like 2-3 slides. Sorry about that. So poetry, that's huge. That's very the roots of Iranian. So we just don't read poetry, so they just live by it. And people use poetry in everyday conversation, as a slang, as a proving a point, you name it. So the kids memorize it in the school, in classes, because they are going to become a huge part of who they are as they grow up, and to be able to use them. The 4 big poets, we have Hafiz, which was from 14th century, is about love, is about wine, is about mysticism. We have Rumi from 13th century, about spiritualness and soft wisdom, and Sufi wisdom is not a soft wisdom. So, and then we have a Ferdowsi that in the 10th century, that he wrote the Shahnameh, and epic of the Persian king. So my name is Pedram. Pedram means overachiever. My name came from the Shahnameh, from the Ferdowsi book. My son name is Shahryar. Shahryar means prince. His name came from here. My other son name is Shayan. His name came from here. His name is worthy. Every name has a meaning to it. So, and then lastly, we have a Sadi, which is from 13th century. It's all about moral stories and wisdom. So they're tomb of all pilgrim sites. I can't even see it, honestly. It's not good. So, so for poetry, so you make a wish sometimes, like you open up a Hafiz book, and you just, every poetry has a meaning to it. That, like, instead of going to the fortune teller, tell, oh my God, how am I going to lose my money? So you can read the book and hoping that it would give you an answer. That's the same thing. Oh, I did my best to read the last part. So, anyway, so like Hafiz is just, you open it up, like they put it on the New Year book or Saudi's book. Here you go. And then people would like try to like define it. They would sit down together so to like understand the definition and break it down together to see what it means for them. So it has a lot of spiritual and cultural effect, that it would bring them together to practice that, to understand that what poetry is going to mean for them. It is in music. Most traditional Iranian music and song, they come from this poetry background of all these poets. There should be 1 more or 2 more slides. Oh, no. Well, thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming here on Friday night. Thank you. My mom made food in the last, I get a lot of credit all the time, because no matter what I do, I always get all the credit because I'm always the loud one. My mom has spent like probably 6 or 7 hours to make those food. God bless her. And I got a call from this young man last week, which was Thursday. He said, hey, can you do that? I said, oh, 100%, I have the PowerPoint. And I go home, I lost the PowerPoint. And it takes over 7 to 8 hours to put that PowerPoint together. It was not me at all. It was all my fiance. God bless her. It was, all the credit goes to her. It wouldn't be possible. Thank you.
Pedram, thank you so much. Appreciate all of your insight on the beautiful country of Iran. So I want to cherry pick a couple of things that I learned and forever hopefully will take place in my household. And that is, I've got 1 son here and the other 3 children. Remember, it was said, father's word is law.
Print it out. I'll print it out.
Okay.
You know what? I'll print it out.
Right. So I mean, I like that one. So for my wife,
You
I'd
didn't
like
like
to
it when
say,
you were. You didn't like it when you were 18.
right. Kevin, go ahead and sit down. Sit down. Edit that out. Okay. For my wife, I'd like to say things are all relative. I have a 2-hour grace period to show up for an invite.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
I have always met that threshold, but if the party starts at 8, and it's 8:05, I get some heat, and now I'm just gonna, relax. Yes. So pistachio ice cream. Oh, you better have brought some of that, because
I wish.
Okay.
That would be phenomenal. That would be
all
really
right,
great.
the night's over.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That would be great.
And I was surprised about Tehran. Most polluted city.
Yeah.
No traffic control. Probably, I'm surprised you're not a car insurance salesman. That
Yeah.
would be a good job there.
Probably,
But,
yeah.
yeah, lots of chaos going on there, and more people than New York City. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We got history teachers in the house. Did you learn anything back there? Oh, awesome. Okay, yeah, that was very informative, and we appreciate that. So we're going to do some questions and answers. Raise your hand. I'll come around and see you there. Okay.
Hi, Pedram.
Hi.
So, okay, I have a couple questions. First one, what's the saffron pistachio brittle called? The dessert?
The saffron pistachio ice cream or the saffron
The
pistachio?
brittle. It looked really
زعفرون
good.
چی؟ زعفرون پسته چی میگه؟ وسط پسته زعفرون چی بهش میگه؟ Oh, Sohan.
Yeah, looks super good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what do you miss most about Iran?
My sister.
And then
My sister, yeah.
my last question is, maybe not now, but maybe at Fit Train or something, I want to hear more about the last thing they were talking about with the spiritual fortune telling poetry
Yes.
book.
Oh, yeah, I
think
do have
that's
those
super
books, yeah.
fascinating.
100%.
Awesome.
We can have, yes.
Cool.
We got to sit down and I have it in Farsi and English, yes.
Beautiful.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you. Yes, yes. Your fortune said 25 more push-up.
Pedram, here in the United States, we're known as the melting pot, and we take a great deal of pride in that. But unfortunately, over 250 some years, the diversity tends to actually dilute some of the ethnicities that we have in our country. You actually have to go to the countries of origin in order to find that kind of purity of their culture. How has Iran managed to maintain that that tradition, the richness of your culture, without it being diluted as time wears on?
That's an unbelievably good question, because they try to transition country every single day, every single way that they can to transition it to more an Arabic culture. Arabic, like we are celebrating, they close the country for like some random Arabic ceremony. It's gonna come to the people, honestly. Like we have the last Tuesday before the New Year, we put the fire together, is like a celebration. We call it Chasham Suri. So that you just make it multiple pots, so you just jump over the fire. So, and the reason for that, you just accustom that all the bad thing to be burned, you're jumping over them, you're keeping them behind. You live with the tradition that you believe in it. You making sure your kids are involved in it. New Year, let's make a half scene. Everybody get together, talk about it, all the good thing. Just making sure the new generation know about the culture, making sure the newer generation involved in what we have to do. Otherwise, the government is doing everything that they do, just transition to something completely different. So.
Okay, my question is to do with disability stuff. Like, are they at home or are they in a facility? Because it's different in every country.
It's very different, and they will be at home.
Okay.
Like the same way as the parents get older, they're gonna stay with their child. If I have a mom, dad, son, they are at home. We gotta figure out a way to work it at home. They're gonna be at home. There is no other way, unless like they have to be like mandated to be in the different facility somewhere else. That would be it.
It's all tea, no coffee?
I know, I can't believe it.
Coffee's made no inroads?
It is being introduced a lot, honestly, and because we grow a lot of tea. That's the number one thing. So it's a lot more makes sense. It's a lot cheaper, and it would be tea. So tea tastes a lot better than coffee. So tea tastes a lot better than coffee. So especially if you get yes.
Is there more than one variety of tea?
It's just a regular tea. Then you can add other spices and other things to it to make it like mango tea and a green tea. The green tea is yes. We have black tea and green tea. Yes, the green tea is coming separate. Yes.
Firstly, I want to make a comment about I'm sure that you're proud that Persian rugs have become a cultural thing in the U.S. for many years, and I'm sure that you're proud of that, right?
For sure.
Americans love Persian rugs, and we have for a long time. And then also, do you participate in any of the celebrations while being an American, like the New Year's that just came up? Do you celebrate it?
It's very hard because, like this year, like now I have a son who is now 7 years old. I want it to be all about him, and nothing else. So, and the other days there, like the last year, it was on Thursday, and I'm working on Thursday. I go to work every day at 4:30 a.m. every single day. So, and my goal is to be able to talk to my family and just wish them a Happy New Year. That would be the number one thing for me. So, talk to them, talk especially to my sister, and that would be so. I have to put a better effort to it, honestly. I've been very, very lazy with it, so I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, if you have children, making sure
Yes, that's exactly true. 100% true. Yes.
So I want to point out that many years ago when I met Pedram, he claimed that his English was not so good then. I thought it was super good. When you came to the United States, you took 6 months or so of English as a second language.
Yes.
And like, how did that go? What was your level of coming over now, and how fast did you pick things up?
It was pretty bad on it. It's not that good either right now either. So, but it was pretty bad. I took 6 months of English classes to just tell me and teach me how I can go about taking my academy classes. So, and it worked out. It worked out okay, I think. It's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, a longtime board member, Hugh McGuigan, helped to facilitate that program.
Yes.
And we're thankful to him for that. If we could hear, your native language is Farsi, right?
Yes.
So, are there, aside from your mom, are there any other Iranians that have slipped in, or anybody who've been to Iran? Nobody.
If you've been,
Wow.
kudos to you.
Well, you've been tonight, free of charge. So we're going to hear some Farsi. So just a conversation in Farsi.
راجب چی صحبت کن؟ راجب شهریار صحبت کن، راجب شاهریار صحبت کن. نه فارسی میخوام بشنوم من شما با هم صحبت کنیم فارسی. راجب هرچی، راجب پریا صحبت کن، کرمون، ایران. من شما با هم حرف بزنیم. من میخوام صدات بشنوم. فارسی صحبت کنیم. راجب هرچی. میوه داریم تو خونه.
من 2 سال اینجا زندگی میکنم. 2 تا نوه دارم. اسمشون هست شهریار و شایان. اینجا پیش پدرام زندگی میکنم با سمنتا.
دیگه
نه
دیگه بگو از
ایران خیلی کشور قشنگ و خوبیه. خیلی مردمان مهربانی داره. خیلی محصولات بسیار زیاد و نفیسی داره. خیلی کارهای دستی بسیار زیاد و قشنگی داره. خیلی معادن زیادی داره. خیلی 4 فصل داریم تو ایران. خیلی زیباست، خیلی خوبه، ولی دولت خوبی نداریم، ولی مردم و کشور خیلی خوبی داریم. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you. For those who don't speak Farsi, I'll translate. She said, please remember that slide where mother is everything to their son.
That's
Please
very
do
true.
not forget. And then I think the second point was, she said the VIC is a 501c3 nonprofit. The donation
100%.
jar is over there. Thank you. All right.
Very good, very good.
I thought that everything about your country is so wonderful and lifestyle. What motivated you to come here?
My dad lied to me, honestly. I had the best life possible that I could have. I was 17, I just turned 18, and my dad had a business deal with another gentleman here, and instead of that guy pay my dad, and he said, just help my kids to go to the United States. And the way that my dad convinced me to come here, he said, hey, he already talked to the university that you can play soccer. You're gonna go play soccer, you're gonna be, I said, okay, that's the only way that I was coming here. I didn't want to come here under no other situation. So, and I came here with my sister, we studied English 6 months, and my sister was my elder, so she wanted to stay here. We couldn't go anywhere, and the VU coach didn't wanted me. I didn't get the opportunity like to even try out or anything, and that was the end of the soccer part of it for me. So, and here I am, 13 years later. I'm in Valpo. I wouldn't change it any other way. There was a lot of bad days, sad days, crying days, and but I would not change it any other way. So that's how I end up being in Valpo, honestly. Thank you.
Before Valpo, though, you were a professional soccer player, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
I played in Kerman. So we have a team that called MES. We have the second. We have one of the largest copper mine in the world. So he's the second largest copper mine in the world. Is in city of Kerman. Copper means MES, and the team that represents is like city's team that being sponsored by the copper mine. It's called MES of Kerman. So I played for them for the 2 years that I played pro.
Pedram, I found it very interesting to find out how diverse geographically Iran.
Yeah.
And then you had, like you touched on the mountains in the west, the Caspian Sea in the north, and the desert in the bottom. Is there a city or region in Iran where the most handsome people come from? And could you tell me where that is?
This is that's honestly that's the question of the night. Here's the thing: if you're looking for perfection, just look right here. This is it. People of Kerman, that's it. People from my city, Kerman, this is it. We're all 10 out of 10.
Currently, Iran is ruled by a theocracy. We hear that it's not very popular, and especially amongst young people. Do you sense that there's any consensus that if the theocracy ended, what the consensus would be about what to replace it? A monarchy? A republic?
Yes.
Like a Western-style republic? Or what do you think is there?
So there would be a lot of. That's a very valid question, and that's something that a lot of people ask. So what's going to come next? Are we going to go back to like 1979. So because we have another Pahlavi that live here in the United States, and he believes that he can go home and everything gonna back to normal like 30, 40 years ago and gonna be okay. He would be in charge. So this is the problem with the uncertainty, that exactly the question that you asking that you don't know the answer to it, it would be for me and for a lot of other people. What is next? And one of the most important things that we have to ask ourselves, so what if we have somebody even going to come worse than them? That is what happened. So it's a good question, honestly, but I do know one thing, and I have my sister back home, and I would do anything. I would give an arm, leg. I would do anything and anything without a question to bring my sister here today. That I would wish that there would be a change without any innocent people to get hurt, because people deserve to have a peace. People deserve to be having a life, having a basic life is the least you can ask for any other human being. So.
This is sort of a follow-up question to that. Sorry I have to ask it. And it goes along with what you've been saying. We have to be careful that as a country, if you go back and look at some of the our history, sometimes we have a tendency to go in and try to clean up things, and then we leave without things really being settled. I don't know whether you're afraid of that or not. If you had to say, well, as I look at things the way they are happening now, the good side of what's been happening with this war that has been going on would be, the downside could be fill in the blank.
Yeah. Well, the good side of it is a lot of people that they are in charge of country, they consider to be some of the worst human being possible. That they have killed so many innocent people that they have died. So I think that's been the part that is a good thing, is a great thing. And I think that's if there is a change need to happen in the current regime in the Iranian government, this is the time. This is the opportunity for it to happen. And I think for change to happen, they have to be weak, which they are. They have to be vulnerable, which they are. And you have to have a people out in the street. That's a 90 million people country. The change is not going to happen if they are not in the street. People need to be in the street. So that's going to happen. The bad part of this is, I'm just thinking about like the innocent people, innocent kid die. That's the bad part of it, because you need to picture it like, I have 2 kids. If I'm just very straightforward. If somebody hit my kid, I hope to God I'm not standing there, because I will demolish you. That's it. So if somebody else's kid being died, we just got to picture that. That's the hard part. That it's a war. Innocent people are gonna die, but that's the hard part. That is a hard part, and there's no way around it. To look at it any other way. So unfortunately.
The pollution that we saw in Tehran, what's it caused from? Is it industrial?
So it's a combination of industrial, a combination of so we call it per capita. So the per capita, you have to have a lot of natural way to create more oxygen, like trees. You need to have force people towards using the public transportation instead of everybody have a car. Like I said, every boy like Pedram that turned 18, they're gonna get a car. That's the real thing. That's a big country. So you see a lot of they see 50 cars in a row. There's one passenger in the car. So there is no structure. There is no reasoning behind the decision, and they don't have a solution. So the capital is completely polluted. we are dry. So we have. Yeah, so they have like, yeah, because a lot of food, a lot of factory, there's a lot of things go to it at the same time.
I've read that earthquakes happen in Iran almost more than any place else on earth. Is that just a part of daily life, or how do you deal with it?
I'll live by it, honestly. Like, if it's not that big, if it's just shaky for a little bit, it's too bad. I'm alive. Let's go with it. So if it's that bad that you see like everything collapsing on top of the roof, then get underneath something. So you have like quarter of a second to make that decision. It happened really fast. It happened really. The 2002 earthquake like killed over 100,000 people, and it happened by Kerman. It happened in the city of Bam. That was, I don't know how strong was it, honestly. I don't want to make. I should probably make up some number, but I scared somebody Google it. So it was pretty strong. So those are top that they create destruction. So we have earthquakes happening all the time.
Okay, two questions. One, I understand the internet is down, so how are you able to communicate with your sister if you are? And two, are the people of Iran having problems just getting food, or are they going about their daily lives? I mean, how disruptive has it been for them?
So my mom has like you can use the domestic software. So like they have another app is look like a WhatsApp or that Iranian people can use it. My mom has been able to be in touch with my sister like that, and my sister, they can call us, we cannot call them. So my sister been calling my mom, been calling me. So we've been receiving call. And as far as the daily life, so like for example in Kerman, there's nothing happening. So there was like multiple military bases, they hit those, and that's about it. People are going about their life. And it's a big country, they have a lot of like internal like production of everything, and they get a lot of imports from China. They're more, yes, they are more than fine, honestly. It just things are very, very expensive. It's war. So it's 1 pound of like beef or ground beef used to be like, for example, $5. Now it's probably going to be $55. So it's going to be significantly slower to get things in and produce things. So it's going to be very, very different.
I wanted to ask, are you familiar with the Parsi community in India? They are originally from Persia, and my nephew is married to one of them. They're called Parsis, and they are a very rich business community and a little westernized. But then also there are Irani tea cafes, and I think I have some friends here who are from Bombay, and they know more about them because Bombay and Calcutta have a lot of these Iranian tea cafes, and they're just called as Irani cafes, and you get the best tea. Anand, you want to mention about that? Maybe Dr. Popley will fill it.
Well, first of all, I need to be connected with those Parsi people in India for the business. So that's let's get that going, lady. That's yeah, huh? So yes, huh? Hi.
Sorry. I heard that in Iran, education is very much valued, and it's a country which has most of the women with PhD. And I was wondering how affordable is the school or university. And I also was thinking about the salary per month people have there.
Yes.
And like how affordable is the university. Thank you.
Yeah. Education is very important. Very, very important. Like I was playing professional soccer. I have to go to practice at 5:30 a.m. My dad would get me up at 3:30 a.m. I would have a coffee and I would have a breakfast to study. And there was one deal. You don't have a good grade, done with soccer. That's it. He said the only thing that you gotta do is just study and play soccer. That's it. That's your only job. So, and that was it. So that's very, very clear. So then it's a little bit different than here. Here, if you want to go to a good university, you have to spend a lot of money. And you have something we call here SAT, that's right. In Iran, we have something similar test, a similar test that you're gonna gonna put everybody in a ranking. That's where you are. If you are a good student that you get a better ranking, you are gonna go to the public university because they're ranked unbelievably high. And those are 100% free. They even pay for your housing and stuff. So, and we have University of Tehran, we have University of Amir Kabir, which they do insane amount of invention every single day. So to go to those universities, yeah, there's a lot of in my city. So every single city, major city, they have their they have 1 to 2 universities like that. That it's for the people that they are smart. So my sister is one of those people. She went Khwarazmi, very right. She went to the University of Khwarazmi for a bachelor degree. It was all free. I didn't. I wasn't that smart, honestly. So, that's the way they sent me here. So, and as far as education, my sister, again, you said, yeah, they have a lot of PhDs. My sister has a bachelor degree in philosophy. She came here to VU with me. She have a master's degree in ethics and value, and she have a PhD in philosophy. So, again, I don't know, completely the opposite direction of me. I don't even think. So, there's a lot of people with PhD, and as far as the income, it is very good in Iranian, based on the Iranian income, Iranian money. That's right. So, to putting it in a perspective, to here, the doctors here make insane amount of money. It's nothing close to that. So.
Hi, Pedram. I was going to answer the question that Mrs. Gooman told you about the Parsis. You gave us a history when the first Islamic revolution occurred in the 7th century. The original Persians moved to India, and they got asylum by King Zamorin in Calcutta.
Yeah.
And so even till today, if you talk of Air India, the plane is owned by a Persian. The Ratan Tata, the Tata family, they are Parsis.
Wow.
So they came into the Gujarat community and they speak in Gujarati, but they speak Farsi, they're Zoroastrians, you say, and they worship the fire god.
Yes.
And we still have those temples in Bombay and all over India.
Oh.
And the Irani cafes, the Iranians came in the 20th century, and they also got asylum, I think, when you had the change.
Yes.
And yeah, so we have grown up having Irani cafes, Irani bakeries. A lot of you say that Iranis came to India during when Khomeini came into Iran. They escaped to India, and they went and did engineering, and they stayed in India.
That's a smart.
So we have a lot of the Persian culture still there in India. We
India.
still have the Tower of Silence, of where they give the eagles come and take the bodies and stuff like that.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Everyone's learning. Yes. Hey, we're getting close to some eating time. Can you tell us specifically what we have tonight? And then hopefully we'll get questions answered specifically on it once the serving time. But you guys might want to get the stuff ready. Okay. But yeah, what are we having tonight?
It's called lubia pulao. It's green beans, rice, ground beef, chili, carrots, some herbs, some salt, pepper. I can't translate some of the herbs. So then there is we have
Saffron and turmeric.
There's turmeric in it. Is saffron توشه? Saffron رختی توشه. There's no saffron in it, so but there's turmeric in it, yes. And then we have must khiyar, which is yogurt, cucumber, mint, a little bit of a garlic. So, and you put that must or yogurt thing on top of your rice. So.
That's awesome. Okay. One Yeah, so we'll get the food out on the table now, and there's been a change of plans for eating, though, and it's not me, it's him. We will all be sitting on the floor with our legs crossed. Francis,
Yeah.
why are you shaking your head? Everyone on the floor. He might have you do push-ups first, but we'll be so can we eat at tables and chairs?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Here. Persian rugs for everybody. It's like Oprah. Hey, you get a Persian rug. You get a Persian rug.
Not mine. Don't, no.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for coming, everybody, especially some new places. So we are going to kind of get some tables back out.